Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Akabane101 and welcome to a tutorial video on Castle Story Prototype. Now before we begin, keep in mind that this is a pre-alpha release and does not show what the game will be like when it is officially released sometime in the future. However, when playing this game for the first time it was a little bit difficult and I had to look at some videos to figure out how exactly you control everything in the game, such as mining, building, stockpiling, and a whole bunch of other things. So in this video, I will do just that, hopefully in a professional manner, and let you guys play your castle story and tell your tales to your friends and be a castle story master. So this is the main menu. There are not many options, although we will go into the options menu anyway. This is the options menu. Not much to look at. It's the activate the debug menu. One thing they need to add in this game, if I may give a suggestion to the creators of Castle Story, is an audio slider. Because the audio will not be on during this playthrough, simply because the background, the ambient noise is basically just a cricket going really, really loud. As very similar to a whippersnipper that has been set to on and does not run out ever. It has infinite fuel. So that won't be on during this playthrough. Sorry. But it's just a little bit annoying and you guys will go insane. Trust me. Trust me. Next there is the world editor. You can actually edit some worlds. I'm not going to do a video on this today. We are just going to go into a new game. But just know that that is there. You can even load up your previous worlds. This is a world I started about 10 minutes ago. And then I looked on the forums, they're like, looking for commentators. And I'm like, okay, perfect. I'll do it. So we're going to go into a new game. This is how you start a brand new game of Castle Story. We click on the prototype island and it automatically brings us into the game. It's going to take a moment for it to load. As you can see, there's no floor. It starts with the trees, it processes the bottom, and then works its way to the top. If you've ever played Minecraft before, it would be considered chunk loading. So here we are in the game. These are our Bricktrons, and these are the guys that we will be using to mine trees or cut down trees, collect wood, mine out sections of the earth, and collect items such as crystals that are explosive. That's all I know about them, and basically clay or cement to make stone. And that's basically all you need to know. Okay, we're done. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so first things first, the camera controls. Now, if you are ever confused about the camera controls, you don't have to come back to this video ever again because I'm going to show you a trick. Just go to the top right of the screen, look under camera control, and it will tell you everything you need to know about how to control the camera. So, I will tell you how to do the camera in this video, but if you ever forget, look at this tooltip here, you'll remember instantly. First thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to turn off the day-night cycle. A lot of people find this to be a little bit irritating when it's nighttime and they can't really see too well on their monitor. So turn this off. Just simply left-click on it, and it will turn off the day-night cycle. If you know it's working, the shadows are not moving because the time in the game goes a little bit quickly. Very similar to that, again, of Minecraft. This is basically the RTS version of Minecraft, if I may say so. Okay. So now we have our Bricktrons. How do we control them? Well, you can simply left-click on each individual one. If you hold Control, you can left-click on multiples. And as you see, we have PTR, Dingo, Sam, Loopy, and Pipo playing with us today. I actually have a PTR and a Loopy in my other playthrough. So these are our characters today. If we simply click on one, we can right-click around. If we have a group, you can left-click and drag to select everyone. You can right-click and move them around. They will not clip anymore. If you've seen previous videos of the game, they used to go into each other, but now they do not, which is cool. And you'll see different kinds of ways that they work together in conjunction. There's a lot of synergy in this game as you do play. Okay. So first of all, we need to figure out the camera controls or else we're not going to know where to build our castle, where to mine, or where to collect trees. So controlling your camera is pretty simple. First thing we need to know is the pivot of the camera. Anyone that's used any sort of 3D program would know this, but unfortunately not many people have the luxury of doing so. So first let me explain. The pivot is in the Z-axis of the area where you are panning your camera around. So if we press Alt here, now we are aligned exactly with the ground of the map. But if we don't want it to be aligned to the ground, we can just use, without pressing anything else, the middle mouse button. The mouse button, if you scroll up, you will go up. If you scroll down, you will go down. If you see this line here, that is... Well, let me just move out of the way here for a moment. That is your pivot right there. And that's where you will be pivoting around. Now, how do I bring up this little symbol to see if I'm pivoting around? All you have to do is press the space bar, and that is your pivot mark. If you want to zoom in, hold space and press or move the middle mouse button. So this is with holding the space button. There you go. And if you want to pivot around it, you click in the middle mouse button. Or sorry, you press in the right mouse button. My bad. And the right mouse button will allow you to spin around. If you hold down the right mouse button and move around your mouse, you will be able to spin around, go up, go down with the camera, and pan all which way you need to. And again, pressing Alt will bring it down to the floor. And to move around your camera, hold space. WSAD will allow you to move around, or hold space and press the left mouse button. It'll help you drag around. Now, if you press Alt, the pivot will automatically adjust itself to the ground of which you are on. Now, if you did not press Alt and you are not on for flyby mode, so let's scroll up a little bit here, it will not auto adjust to the ground. It will constantly stay at the exact route that it's in. So flyby mode is really good, especially if you zoom out a little bit and then give yourself a nice little angle. It's pretty nice. You can control the camera quite easily. You can see where you need to go. Now, one thing I would like to see in the game is a mini-map, simply because the map is huge. Randomly generated terrain would also be pretty cool as well. It seems like a place that would benefit from that kind of thing. But I digress. This is the prototype. Of course, there's not much they have the ability to work on at the moment. Anyway, let's go find ourselves a nice little place here. This place seems quite nice, so we right-click our guys to go that direction. They will all get prepared. And I'm kind of cheating a little bit because I already built my previous castle here, so I'm going to show you guys kind of what I did to continue playing. So this is going to be the build phase. This is going to be the preparation to get into build phase anyway. So first things first, we need to build stockpiles. To build stockpiles, you need wood. To get wood, you need to cut down trees. So there's two ways to cut down trees, and one way is the efficient way, and the other way is get out of my way, tree. So let me show you what I mean. If you click on PTR here, not double click, just PTR, and right click on a tree, he will cut down the tree. This is the get out of the way tree kind of button. He will not collect any of the wood because he does not need to. That is not his goal. He doesn't have any stockpiles to collect the wood. He's just going to cut down the tree. Now we need to create a stockpile. Now we need a builder to create a stockpile. None of these guys are assigned to any of these goals. So first things first, let's create a builder. At the bottom left of the screen, you can see our number 5 guys here. We have 5 Bricktrons. Next to that is our build menu. So left click on that. And to drag someone in there, let's say PTR should be our builder today. We can just click on PTR, and then we can right-click on the build. There we go. Now, what if we wanted to do this a different way? Now, let's go ahead into our builder, and we don't want PTR to be our builder anymore. We're like, no, PTR is not a builder, he's something else. So simply left-click on him in this menu, click and drag, and then drop him into the previous group that he was in, or you can put him into a miner or a forester. But for now, we just want to put them into the building group. Okay, so let's left click on the building group, and here we go. We have a list of options that we can check out and use. So these lists of items are things that we can build. We may not have the resources to build them, but it gives us the option to do so. So it can queue up and wait until we have that item to go ahead and build it. Right now, we're going to build some stockpiles to allow these logs to go ahead and be stockpiled. So we go down to stockpile. You can tell it's stockpile because it says it's a stockpile. If it's a stockpile, it is one. Left click on stockpile. It'll give you this nice little blue kind of square thing here. Now keep in mind that you do not want to treat this like any typical item in a game. You have to treat this like a supply depot in StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2. Okay, maybe StarCraft 1 a little bit more because you cannot make it go underground. But to place it, you go left click, and there you go. Our little PTR buddy is going to carry that over And the Unity engine in development here, or the Unity engine is definitely very cool with all the physics and everything like that because he pushed it out of the way. Now we can just continue building our stockpiles in a row. Now keep in mind, build them in a row. Don't build them all willy-nilly. It's better to build these things in a row. And let me show you guys an effective way to do so. Build 2 blocks out. That's 2 spaces out. Leave a gap right here of 2. And then keep building out. This will allow your Bricktrons to go through. They can walk this way, they can walk this way. They'll be fine. They will not get stuck. There's absolutely no reason for them to get stuck. Also keep in mind that the ones that you choose first to build are the first ones that your Bricktron are going to be ordered to build. He won't build this one last. He will not build this one first, I mean. He will build this one last. That's what I meant to say. This one will be built last. This one will be built first. Now, if you do not want a specific item somewhere, select the item that you want to delete on the list over here. Hold Shift, left click on the item you want to delete. There you go. The item is now gone, and he will not build it. Let's build a little bit more stockpiling while we get to work here. Oh, messed that one up. Remember, Shift, left click to remove it. And there we go. So these are the stockpiles that this builder will be queued to build. Now he doesn't have any resources, so we're going to need to build a team to cut down the nearby forest. How do we build said team? Well, we do the same thing we did before, except for with 2 people. Also, if you cannot deselect this, hold down the right mouse button, go down until it says back, and then let go of the right mouse button. There you go. You have now deselected said item. Alright, so now we can select both these guys. As you can see on your cursor, it says you have 2 guys selected. And then we can go down, left click on lumber, and then right click on lumber. Now those 2 guys are assigned to cut down trees. But they're not assigned to do anything yet. So now we are selected on lumber, and we are going to need to select lumber zone. Selecting lumber zone will allow us to create a zone for our guys to cut down trees. Left clicking on the trees will activate where they're going to be cutting down. Now there is currently a bug in the system and it makes it so it starts a new group. So we're going to have to move these guys over into a new group. So left click on one guy here, control left click on another guy to select both. We can scroll down or we can click and drag both of them into the new lumber group. Alright, so now these guys are going to go start working. On our old lumber group, this one's going to be completely useless because we are not going to be able to do anything. So simply click on the X button here and confirm that you want to delete it. Now our guys are going to get to work and start cutting down some trees. Our stockpiler is now going to go ahead and start stockpiling, or no, actually he's not going to stockpile the trees. He's actually just going to go ahead and start creating the items that we told him to build. But the guys that are currently cutting down the trees have decided to help him out by stockpiling some of these items here. Stockpiling items is a great idea. It makes it so you don't have to have your builders go across the map just to go build them. As you can see, he's grabbing the items first that are closest to him and then dropping them on the wooden planks. Alright, so we have 2 more guys that are not being used yet. We have Dingo and Pippo. Now what can they do? Well, they can go ahead and start building us a mine. So we'll scroll over here, and as you can see, there's a ripe area for us to mine. Now we could go to the top here, but we're just going to be a little bit more simple. Let's go to our mine before adding them into a new group. We can click on the right here, mine. Left click on the ground that you want to mine in, and then hold it down, and then drag your mouse until you have the area you want to mine in. We don't really need that big of an area because this is quite a large rock we're going to be able to mine for quite some time. Now when you let go, don't click again. When you let go, now pull your mouse down. This is going to show you where the stairs are going to start and where they are going to end. They will automatically build these stairs. It does not cost any resources for them to do so. These stairs are automatically developed. So let's left click. And now we can grab our 2 guys. We can left or right click on the mining symbol here. And they are now added to the mining queue. So they are going to go and start working on this mine. Ta-da! There you go. You have been brought into the world of creating your first castle. So these guys are going to be collecting the resources you need to build your castle, because these guys are going to be getting stone. Even though it looks like they're collecting dirt, when they break the items they turn into stone, because they're magic men and they know how to do it. Now our builder has nothing to do, so let's go queue up how to build something while these guys go collect some of our stone and the other foresters start collecting our items. And no, that fell off the side, that sucks. Alright, you're going to find that a lot, by the way. Okay, so now we can go back to our builder tab and we can simply go to the brick, which is the very top choice. We can even go to the half bricks, which are nice. I really hope they add in the half columns and half logs, because that would be really, really useful. But whatever. Anyway, these are our bricks. If you right click, you can rotate which way they go. We'll make a very small area here. You just left click on the ground, these guys get placed. Right click here, go across, 2, 3. And need to rotate the camera. Yeah, I messed that up, so shift left click to delete that. Rotate with the right mouse button. Clicking, clicking. Alright, you can rotate. And there we go. And leave an entrance for our guys. I'm going to leave an entrance in the back as well so our guys can walk right through. And there you go. Now if you want to build even higher than just 1 block, most likely you want to, your builder can build up to 3 blocks high. So what I like to do is offset these. Make them look a little bit nicer when they're offset. You can tell they're offset by simply seeing that they are offset with the lines. How am I putting them on top? It automatically adjusts to the way that you're building, so that is pretty simple. You don't have to worry about pressing any specific buttons to make it so it builds on top. I can even build on top of here. It's automatic as long as you're looking at the top face of the block that you want to build on. It'll build on the top of that block. So let's continue building the off-center second floor or second story. It's not really a second story, it's a second height of block. And there we go. And if we want to fill in these little spots here, because it looks kind of ugly with it just randomly stopping, we can put the single blocks here. Now I don't know if it's a bug or not, but the huge double blocks take up a whole brick, a whole double slab of brick, and that's a little bit of annoyance to me, because it wastes some of the resources that we get. You only get 4 blocks per full stockpile of stone here, as you can see, but it really is not that big of a deal. But you can build all the way up here. Once you get to 3 high, you're going to have to start building some stairs, so you can do that like so. Build stairs here, and you can build them on top, and you can build them on top. Or not. You're gonna have to build some bottom parts here. There we go. Another bottom part, like so. And then, oh wait, I kind of messed that up, huh? Wasting resources, Zakabane. All right, then we can put a double one here. Oh, what, am I deleting something? As you can see, I think it's a little bit bugged because that's not supposed to happen. There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. If you ever see that weird orange box there, just press shift and left click on it again. It should clear up. So that was a little bit odd. That was a little odd, but we fixed it, luckily. Alright, appears to be building more items here. Very good, very good. And we can now build our next piece of stair, and our guys will be able to climb up and get into the castle, or into the upper floors of the castle. So there you go. That's your basic building tutorial on how to build in Castle Story Prototype. Also, these guys are not building, and that's simply because we have not told them to build anymore, or to break down anymore. If you want, you can go into your forestry selection box, and as you can see, you have these 2 guys. Click on the sword and increase the selection radius, and now they will continue collecting more trees that are in the nearby radius. They have 16 more trees to cut down. Get to work, get to work. Oh, and there's a log stuck in one of those trees. Alright guys, so I'm Acabane 101, and this was the tutorial on Castle Story. If you have any questions, do not hesitate. Ask me in the questions below, or in the comments below, I mean, and hopefully this has helped you out in your adventures of Castle Story. Let me know how your adventures have been going, and all that. And have you guys seen any creatures yet to kill? I want to find that out. I have not found any creatures to fight yet, and it makes me sad because I want to fight stuff. Anyway, bye. See you guys next time.